Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. I want to tell you about Anchor. I've been with Anchor since I started podcasting, and it's a great, great platform. Why is it so great? Because it's so easy and it's free. There's a lot of creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. You could do it right from your phone or your computer. Not only that, now you can add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are just endless, you guys. Whatever you want to do, you want to have your own radio show, you want to do music analysis, you could do whatever creative thing you want to do with Anchor. Also, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. So it's going to be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can also make money from your podcasts with no minimal listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Are you having a problem in your dating or relationship life and you need a question answered? Well, go to my website. The link is in the podcast description, and you'll see how you can ask Yaz a question and get it answered confidentially. So go to the podcast description and look for the link where it talks about how Yaz will answer your question. Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Good morning. Today, I'm going to talk about ageism in dating and people that judge you in dating, okay? This happens a lot. A lot of people are out there, and their self-esteem is getting broken down in the dating world. They're worried about a lot of different things. They're worried about their age. They're worried about their body image. They're worried about, do I look okay? Like we had a couple of people in the group say, I'm not getting a lot of, connections when I'm out there and everything like that on the app. Is it my pictures, this and that? And the pictures were fine. Okay. She looked fine. But the thing is this, you have to always understand when you're in the dating world or whoever you're dealing with, it could be in business. It could be your family. It could be whoever you're dealing with. Know who you're dealing with, okay? Because there's a lot of people out there that are warped. There's a lot of people out there that have been burnt in prior relationships and are just downright mean and nasty, okay? And you cannot let these people affect you and your self-image and your self-worth, okay? So many people are, down and out because they feel rejected because they're comparing themselves to a lot of the Instagram models or social media people and everything like that. First of all, let me just get into this whole thing, okay, about image and all of that. Most of the pictures that you guys see out there on social media, whether it's Instagram or any other form of social media, and you see like these beautiful women and everything, most of the time, those pictures are photoshopped, okay, you guys? That is, if you would see the picture of that person before they had people work on those pictures to, change their body image, change any flaws on them, all right, it would be totally different. But today, everything is about, the pressure with society in looking good. Okay, everybody's got this pressure. They've got to look good. And if they don't look good, they're not going to be able to meet somebody or anything like that. Now, I'm not telling you, not to care about how you look, because looks are important, and especially in dating. And initially when you meet somebody, the first thing they're going to do is look at you, okay? They're going to look at you and they're going to decide, when somebody meets you, whether it's a woman meets a guy or a guy meets a woman, the first thing they're going to say to themselves is, Do I want to sleep with this person? Okay. I've had guys ask this a lot in our group. Like, do women think that when they first meet a guy, whether they're going to sleep with them? And the answer is yes. Yes. Okay. They may be looking for a relationship, but the first thing they're going to say to themselves is, could I get in bed with this person? Am I sexually attracted to this person? So yes, looks are important. No doubt about it. But it doesn't mean that you have to have all this pressure on you and have to be at the plastic surgeon's office, injecting your lips, injecting your ass and everything else, because you feel that if you don't do that, you're not going to be accepted. If somebody doesn't accept you for the best version of you, then that is somebody who's superficial, and that is somebody who's just looking at you for one thing in most cases, you guys, all right? So the thing is, you don't want to live with that kind of pressure either. You don't want to live with that pressure. Okay, let's say that you have all this work done and you go out and, people are attracted to you and everything like that. What's going to happen later on, okay? When, let's say, you have kids, or, you get older, or somebody gets sick and everything like that. Is that person going to stay with you? Or is that person going to be superficial and walk out when times get tough? That's why I always talk about this all the time, you guys. Who's going to be there and who's not going to be there. And the person that's going to be there is the person who loves your soul, who loves who you are as a person, okay? Through thick and thin. Not somebody who's just looking at, how attractive you are and looking at you as a sexual object. Because a lot of those people that look at you like that, all right? What happens is they may have a relationship with you for a little while, but people like that will get tired of you. Those are the type of people that move on to the next after they've done every position with you in the bed and they've had their fill. Those are the people that get bored, okay? Those are the people that are living in a fantasy world. A lot of these guys that are looking, I want a hot woman. I want a number 9 or a number 10 on the scale and this and that and everything like that. They're just looking at it like, I want somebody bangable. I want somebody that, my friends look at her and say, oh boy, it's a status thing. It's a status thing. They want to show you off to their friends because it makes them feel like, oh, I'm more of a man. Oh, look at the girl I got. I'm more of a man. Okay. But when he gets sick or something like that, is that girl going to stay by his side? Maybe not. Is that girl going to be having a side guy on the side? Maybe. All right. And then things don't work out and everything. Why? Because they don't look for the right things. All right. It's like these people that get into these relationships or toxic relationships and they don't work out, or people that end up divorced later on and it doesn't work out. A lot of times it doesn't work out because you didn't look for what's important and what's not important. And it's not about just looks and personality, okay? It's about what kind of heart that person has. It's about, will that person sacrifice? It's about, does that person know what it is to be in a healthy relationship? Or they really have no idea how to treat people, okay? You got to look at how somebody treats people. In other words, when you're dating somebody, you have to look at how they treat the other people in their lives, how they've treated their exes. Okay? Because if they're a nasty person with them and they're very nice to you in the beginning and you're dating them, eventually their true character is going to come out. And that nastiness that you see, the way they treat other people, is going to be how they treat you. I tell people this all the time. You got to look back at somebody's past and it will give you a good idea of how they'll be in the future most times. All right. But what I'm talking about is really people that judge you in dating. And it's like, I see all these people like in our groups, in the Facebook groups, and they have very, very low self-worth. Okay. And it's like, it's really sad because, you let other people affect your emotions. And I know it's easier said than done. a lot of people sit there and say, oh, well, have your self-worth and, love yourself and everything like that. And people hear it and it goes in one ear and out the other. And they get to a point and they say to themselves like, yeah. But they're still at a point in their life that they haven't come into their own. They haven't built their self-worth. And it takes a lot for somebody to get to that point, okay? That's why some people will be in very toxic relationships for a very long time before they say they've had enough or the relationship just breaks for whatever reason and they leave the relationship. A lot of times people have to hit rock bottom before they can build themselves up again and then realize and say to themselves, I'm never going to go through that again. I'm never going to let somebody treat me less than the way I deserve to be treated, okay? Like we had a girl in the group, all right, who talked about how her husband, you guys, I'm going to read what she wrote, all right? She said her husband is 27, but they've been struggling, okay? He never wants sex. I have a strong feeling that he's just not attracted to me anymore based off me gaining weight and the way he looks and acts compared to how he used to. Well, today he called me up and talked to me almost like I was just one of his buddies. He told me about this new girl at work and how everyone is attracted to her at work. He said everyone was so jealous because he was the one that got to ride in a truck with her and train her. He also had to mention to me that she had huge boobs and wasn't wearing a bra at all. I don't want to overreact, but I couldn't stop crying after we got off the phone, and I'm not sure how to even feel. Okay, first of all, when I read that, I was just like, I felt so bad for this girl because obviously this person sounds like somebody who's got a lot of heart, and for him to sit there and call her and say these things to her, okay, about this other girl at work and how she's got big boobs and describing and, how, everybody thought, because he got to train this girl and everything like that. First of all, he's got zero respect for her, okay? Zero respect, all right? Let me tell you something. My friends or anybody that I know, if their husband would have came back and said something like that to them, their ass would have got kicked out the door, okay? Their ass would have got kicked out the door. And she's sitting here and she's saying to herself, I don't want to overreact, but I couldn't stop crying, okay? How do you call your wife and start saying things like that, okay? It was almost like he was bragging to his wife and he had no regard for her feelings. Imagine if she said to him, I went to the supermarket and, this guy helped me in the supermarket and, he had some package in his pants. And you know what? He wanted to help me before anybody else. Could you imagine? All right? And if he didn't care if she came back and said something like that to him, then he really doesn't care about her or he's got something going on. Now, the fact that he's not having sex with her, that is a huge red flag. Huge red flag, you guys. What do I always say? Most times, all right? I'm not going to say all the times. But, if they're not having sex with you, you can trust and believe they're having sex somewhere. Now, I'm not saying that he's having sex with this other girl, but he may have a huge crush on her. They may be flirting at work or whatever. And, this happens a lot. A lot of times people get to a point, if they're interested in somebody and, they don't even realize, like people, they hang themselves with their mouths. That's why I tell you guys, if you listen to what somebody says, they will reveal who they really are, okay? Who they really are. So her husband calling her up and telling her all these things, he didn't even realize, that he is exposing himself to who he is, okay? He's basically telling her he's turned on by this guy. And, if she was somebody who was like on the money, she would have picked up on this a long time ago. But, they're young. They're 27 years old. So they're new in the game and everything. But the thing is, that she just she's broken. She's broken because she has very little self-worth. She's self-conscious about her weight. She feels her husband doesn't want to sleep with her. And now she hears about this girl that, has the big boobs with no bra on at work. Okay. First of all, who goes to work with no bra on? Okay. All right. Whatever. But the thing is, she needs to sit down and have a talk with him and say to him, I am not the one, baby. I am not the one, okay? If you want to go and you're so turned on by this person, then by all means, there's the door. But if not, you're going to show me some respect, okay? Because if you don't show me some respect, you know what happens? Then I'm not going to show you some respect. And when I don't show you some respect, that's when the relationship breaks down, okay? So she needs to communicate with her man and talk to her man and let her know, you know what? This is not okay. This is not okay. All right. You're not going to come back and sit there and tell me, oh, you were so giddy and everything because you got to give the girl with the big boobs the ride in the car and everything like that. No, you are pretty much disrespecting me. Okay. And on top of it, the red flag that he's not looking to have sex with her anymore. So, number one, communicate. And if he can't get it, all right, or something like that, that's a huge red flag, you guys. And the thing is, this is exactly why I tell you guys, you've got to be your own person. What does that mean? I'll tell you what the hell that means. That means that you got to feel good about yourself. You've got to take care of yourself. I'm not telling you that you got to be a fitness model, but you got to take care of yourself and always care about how you look and be, take care of yourself and know that, your finances are good and everything like that. And why do I tell you guys that? Why do I tell you that? Because today or tomorrow, you get involved with an asshole, okay, like this asshole I just told you about, all right, that is disrespecting his wife. Today or tomorrow, you get involved with an asshole and you sit there and you try to explain to them and they just kind of gaslight you on the topic or they ignore you or nothing's changing. You could say, you know what? Fuck you. I'm out of here. I've got my own money. I know I look good because I take care of myself. And you know what? My doors are always open. All right? This is what I mean. You can't ever let anybody think that they got you wrapped. Okay? If they think they've got you wrapped, that's when people take you for granted. All right? Now, I know that's hard, especially for a lot of women that are married and have small children and stuff like that. That's why I still tell you, okay? You got to have your own thing. You got to have your own money, you guys, so that you are not dependent on anybody else. We have these people in our groups, that are married and are stuck in horrible marriages, all right, with people that treat them like shit. And they can't go anywhere because they have small kids and they don't have enough money to go out on their own, all right? So they're dealing with this kind of crap and they're dealing with abuse and everything like that because they're in a spot. So, the thing is, you have to train somebody how to treat you. If somebody is, making you feel, less than who you are, and they're very, insensitive about it, and they don't care about your feelings or something like that, you either got to check them on it or you don't deal with them and you don't engage with them, okay? Like I had some idiot, okay? Some idiot comment on my social media and say something to the effect of, well, we don't call women back if they're over 30 years old or if they're a feminist, all right? Now, this guy, just by what he says, I am a moron, okay? He is a moron. In my old days, I would have came back with a counter argument to him. But you know what? I don't argue with stupid. Stupid is not worth my time, okay? So, and on top of it, you ever notice that the people with the biggest mouths on social media are the ones that don't post their picture in their profile? Okay. They always have some kind of, meme up as their profile picture or scenic picture. Why? Because they're hiding. All right. They're hiding because they're a coward, because you know what? They want to run their mouth, but they don't want you to see who they are, because they're afraid. That's somebody who's insecure. That's somebody who's a shell of a person. All right. And when you come across these kind of cats, you don't even waste your breath in bothering with them. You just diss them, block them. That's it. They're not worth it. You don't even acknowledge these people, because when you acknowledge them, you are showing them that they are important. Okay. So you don't even acknowledge stupid. And that's, also a lot of this ignorance that you deal with, okay, with these kind of, people that talk down on women about age and everything like that. You deal with somebody also. I want to get into the point of ageism in dating, because it's very prevalent in a lot of ways. You got agists out there that if you're over 30, they're going to make their comments. You have ages that if you're over 25, they're going to make their comments. Okay? So the point is, when that guy made that comment about we don't want women, we don't call back women that are over 30 or that are feminists. Well, good, don't. Who the fuck wants you either, okay? Good, goodbye. You sound like an asshole anyway, and I wouldn't even bother with you anyway, okay? So the point I'm trying to make is, you're going to deal with these crackpots out there. Now, when it comes to age, all right, age is relative. What do I mean by relative? You are old as who compares you as old? Yes, a 21-year-old is going to look at a 30-year-old as old, okay? A 30-year-old is going to look at a 40-year-old as old, okay? But you also have these people that could be in their 40s and 50s and consider you old in your 40s, okay? Even though they're in their 40s or older, they could still be classifying you as old, okay? That is somebody who is shallow. That is somebody who's only interested in you as a piece of ass, okay? Anybody makes any reference or judges you with regard to your age, delete and block them. But listen to me when I tell you, delete and block them, all right? Normally, I tell you things like, you should give somebody a chance and everything. But if somebody is judging you right off the bat over your age, that is somebody who's going to be critical and judgmental. And that is not somebody that you want in your life, okay? That is somebody that is going to make you feel insecure. And you're always going to be worried about how you look. Are you overweight? Are you underweight? They're judging me already by my looks, and they don't even know me, okay? They don't even know me. And this happens a lot on the dating apps. I hate the dating apps. It's such a joke. But, everybody's superficial and it's all game on the dating apps. But a lot of times the first thing they do is they ask you, what's your age? What's your real age? This and that, blah, 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 right? They want to know right off the bat what your age is, because they're going to judge you by your age, all right? They're going to judge you by your age. Now, you just got to be careful with that, you guys. You just got to be careful, because there's a lot of superficial people out there that do that. And if you're dealing with that, that to me is a red flag, because from my experience, and believe me when I tell you, I have a lot of experience, all right? When somebody is starting out right from the get-go and they start talking to you, and the first thing they're all concerned about is your age, then right away they're judging you from the onset. They're judging you from the onset as to, do they want to be with somebody let's say, who's your age, who could be over 30, over 35, over 40, over 45, whatever it is, okay? So I just, I need to make this aware, okay? Here's the bottom line, okay? When you're out there and you're dating, you've got to have a thick skin, okay? You need a thick skin because you're going to deal with a lot of people that will judge you and everything like that. And the worst thing you can do is value yourself off somebody else's comments. You can't let these people with their cutting comments affect you, okay? Because they are the damaged one. People that put down other people are people that are hurt. People who have been hurt by other people. And you have people out there, and especially in dating, that want to hurt you and put you down because they've been hurt. Matter of fact, you could even be great looking, have a great body, have everything going for you, and you could be dealing with somebody who, let's just say, I hate to throw this out, but it's true. You could be dealing with a narcissistic type of person, okay? How do I know? I dealt with somebody like that I dated, okay? Who would put you down when you know you look good, when you are getting a lot of attention from other people, because they are so insecure that they want to cut you down because they're afraid that you're going to leave them, all right? So the worst thing you can do is second guess yourself. The worst thing you can do when you're dealing with these other people is to doubt yourself, okay? You have to say to yourself, you know what? I'm doing everything I can for myself. I'm taking care of myself. I eat right. I'm healthy. I work out a little bit. I take pride in how I look when I go out. And you know what? I don't give a shit what you say or the next guy down the block, all right? Because now I know that you are the one who's, messed up in the head for judging me, all right? And when you deal with these people that judge you, you have to, you've got to just delete these people out of your life. This is all negativity. You want to be around positive people. You want to be around people that lift you up and make you feel good, okay? So when you're dating somebody, one of the most important things you got to look at when you're dating them is, how does this person make you feel? Now, I need to clarify something, okay? Now this is why a lot of people, I'm just going to use women, they fall into the trap because they get the love bombing. So they're feeling good. They're being love bombed. This person is telling them how beautiful they are, how sexy they are. Oh, everything. I can't believe I got such a gorgeous girl like you, blah, blah, blah. But you guys, are they making you feel good about you as a person? Are they telling you things with regard to you, your character? Are they making you feel good by saying something to the effect like, I could see that you're a great mother. Some of them use that too. You got to be careful. Or are they saying something to you like, I got a lot of respect for you. You're on your own. You're doing it all. You're just a good-hearted person. I could see, you're very intelligent. I really respect what you've done in your career and everything like that. Or are they just love bombing you and telling you everything with regard to your appearance, and that's making you feel good? Value somebody for making you feel good for who you are as a person, okay? The other things besides appearance. That's how you know that this person is looking at you as a complete person and not just, some fantasy girl that they're looking to bang after they dated you 3 times. One more thing also, you guys, I want to bring up with regard to the ageism in dating. I see a lot more ageism now today because of social media. A lot of people are more judgmental when they're dating somebody and concerned with age. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Because today, because you have social media, you've got these 45 plus or over 40 dudes hitting on 18-year-old women on social media. Now, before social media, how was a guy that's over 40 going to hit on an 18-year-old girl unless he's stalking her outside the school? Okay? And believe me, there have been stories of people like that. Just watch Catch a Predator on Dateline and, NBC, where they had these guys, regular guys, businessmen, your best friend's dad down the street who were doing these kind of things, going and trying to hook up with a girl that's 13 years old. And they caught them, all right? They nailed these people because you got a lot of sick people out there. So my thing is this, when you're out there, okay, and this is especially for a lot of the younger women, and you're going through the dating profiles and everything, these guys, they lie on their age, okay? So you've got to be really careful. That's why I always say you got to check somebody out. You got to look them up. You got to get their full name, and you've got to Google their name, do a background check on them, and see who they are before you ever go meet these people, okay? Because a lot of them, oh my God, I can't tell you how many of these people lie on their age because they're trying to get these young women, all right? So don't just take people at face value for what they fill out on a stupid online dating thing. Matter of fact, try to meet people other ways if you can. The best way to meet somebody, I think, is through your work. But if you can't meet them through work, then interest groups, even other online communities and stuff like that. When you meet somebody outside a dating app, you have a common interest with them. And that's, they don't have the mask on as much as they do when they are on the online dating. 90% of the people on online dating are not there looking for a relationship. Believe me when I tell you, you guys, I know. Believe me, I've been out there a long time. I could tell you. I was out there when dating apps were okay years ago, and it's not the same. It's hookup city, all right? Now, I'm not going to say there aren't a few people on there that are looking for relationships. There are, but you've got to weed through all the crap. So if you want to waste your time for hours doing that, then do that. Otherwise, try to do the interest groups or get a part-time job somewhere where there's a lot of traffic of people, and you'd have a better shot of meeting somebody who's real and genuine, okay? And you're not meeting them and they're not putting on this facade and everything like that. You got the predators online, all right, in these dating apps. You got to be very, very careful when you're dealing with that. So the point I'm trying to make with the ageism in dating and everything like that is that you have a lot more ageism because you have a lot more options. Because a lot of people can now, hit up an 18-year-old on a dating app. So they feel like, oh, I got all these choices, man. I could hit up an 18-year-old and, throw my shit out there and, make them think I'm the greatest thing on earth. I don't have to deal with a woman over 30 or this or that, okay? So that's why you're getting all these kind of judgmental people that may be judging you on your age. But you know what? That's okay, because you don't want them anyway. You don't want somebody like that. That is somebody who's just looking for a piece of ass most of the time, all right? So you don't want somebody like that anyway. If they don't care about who you are as a person, then they're not there looking for a relationship. They're looking, for a good time or who's going to be good in bed or who's fresh ass out there. All right. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the way it is. How do I know that's the way it is? Because I have guy friends that do it. I've seen it. I've been in the game. I know how it is, you guys. So I'm just, making people aware that aren't aware of, how it rolls out there. Okay. So here's the bottom line. that I need to just say. You guys, you got to build your self-worth. You got to take care of yourself. You can't be concerned on what other people think or what other people say. You got to focus in on you. You. You got to get busy on you and working on you and have a goal in your life that goes beyond a relationship. All right? Because like I told you before, relationships are great if you're involved with the right person. But, sometimes you get involved with relationships and sometimes those relationships don't work out and you're left with, guess who you're left with? You're left with you. You, okay? So you need to have your own thing, all right, to fall back on. And don't let anybody put you down any which way, okay? The way you deal with that person is if you want to even bother, you call them out on it and let them know that, you know what, you're not stupid and you're not going to be disrespected. All right. And if somebody doesn't respect you for standing up for yourself, then, they're a piece of garbage and that's not somebody you want to deal with anyway. But if somebody made a mistake and made a comment and you call them out on it, they will only have respect for you and you will be much more of a valued person because you're showing them, you know what? I value myself. I value myself and I value myself because I will not allow you to talk to me in that manner. And if you do, you will not be talking to me anymore. Okay? I don't need you. I have myself. I don't need you. Never be dependent on anybody. Believe me, you guys, never be dependent on anybody. All right? So I hope that helps you. And if it does, please hit the subscribe button and share and have a great day. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz. I want to tell you about my 2 books that are on Amazon, okay? You can download them free with the trial membership from Kindle. The first book is Regain Your Power. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner has all the control in the relationship, maybe you're walking around on eggshells, you're afraid to approach them, it's going to tell you how to regain your power and be happy in the relationship, okay? And what you may be doing wrong, and that's why your partner has all the control in the relationship. The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time. There's a lot of people that are dating someone or in a relationship with somebody who's not really vested in the relationship. And we often are confused as to whether our partner really likes us or is into us or wants a future with us. And this book is going to give you signs and red flags of whether your partner is into you or he's just basically drifting and wasting your time. So go to Amazon and download the Kindle free trial membership. Doesn't cost you anything. And check it out. It may help you. Okay? And have a great day. Audible is offering listeners a 30-day trial. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free 30-day trial. You get to select any book that you want on there and listen to it. They have books on there about breadcrumbing, love bombing, why did they lose interest, dating, relationship, any kind of book you're interested in and want to learn about, okay? You could listen to it in your car or if you're on the bus or the train. So go to my podcast description for the link at tinyurl.com/AskYazNow and start your free trial.